What do you mean you're neurodivergent? There were no signs when you were a child. Oh, you mean other than me wanting to spend every single weekend and holiday in this building as a child? How I wanted to roam for hours through the reproduction 1800s grocery store, literally looking at every single can of reproduced goods. Really? All my friends wanted to go to the movie theater, they wanted to go to theme parks. I wanted to go here to the Soda Shop Museum inside the Pink Palace. And still to this day, I can remember the smell of this room. It's not a bad smell. It's not a bad smell. This is actually an excellent, excellent museum. But yeah, like no signs. Just wanted to chill in the planetarium for hours as an 8-year-old. I'm sorry, you guys want to go to a Hanson concert? I can't. I'm busy. I will be walking through the dinosaur exhibit for the 57th time. And I remember being about 10 or 12 years old and taking my dad up the staircase because my dad was the only one who would take me here. But I took my dad up the staircase and I was like, did you know that this is reminiscent of Lord Burleigh's painting in Burleigh House in England? And I remember him just looking at me like, uh huh. And don't even get me started on this thing. It's a giant, like, animatronic circus scene from like the early 1900s or the late 1800s, and you push a button and all the lights come on and the animals move and the train goes around. Yeah, no idea. And you know what's so funny about it is I lived with my narcissistic family. That's who had primary custody of me, like my narcissistic mother and some other family members. And they would never, ever, we never, ever went to the, I think maybe once when I was like in college, but as a kid, they would never take me here. My dad would. My narcissistic mother would not be caught dead going to a place like this. They bored her. She hated them. No, absolutely not. Because I find truly narcissistic people, if there's not some kind of like social status or credit attached to a thing, they're not really interested. And my mother, with the kind of people that she associated herself with, there was no social credit in taking your child to a museum on the weekend. So, no, not going to do that. Someone else can do it. She had no real interests, if that makes sense. Anyway, cheers to the Pink Palace Museum. Thank you for making this neurodivergent child's weekends a much, 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 much happier thing.